Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Natasya Dilla, 2018 Office Administration, Education Students, Faculty of Economics, State University of Jakarta. In this video, I will present a report on the fieldwork practice that I did in January to February 2021 yesterday at Suku Dinas Pariwisata dan Ekonomi Kreatif Kantor Wali Kota Jakarta Timur. Okay, before presenting further of the fieldwork practice report, I would like to explain you about the background and purpose of holding the fieldwork practice. The first one is fieldwork practice background. Entering the industrial era 5.0 turns out to have a strong influence on today's jobs. Therefore, with the 5.0 industry change, companies are looking for workers who have good qualifications, who are able to operate all forms of works that are computerized or digitalized. Fieldwork practice is an activity to introduce a company to students so that they can experience working in a company where students will get experience working in that company. With this fieldwork practice, students are able to practice it or actually feel what they have gained through theories in college. The next is fieldwork practice objectives. The objectives of implementing the fieldwork practice are as follows. 1. Obtain new insights and knowledge in the field of archiving, in the field of administrative computing, in the field of office technology, and in the field of supervision in the work environment. The second one is gain experience in overcoming problems that occur in the field of archiving, administrative computing, office technology, and supervision. The last one is train and prepare to be a qualified and competent workforce who can compete with society. Okay, then I will explain about the government agencies and the part where I do the fieldwork practice. As for what I will explain, namely regarding the place of implementations and working hours. The place of fieldwork practice. The name of government agency is Suku Dinas Pariwisata dan Ekonomi Kreatif Kantor Wali Kota Jakarta Timur. The address in Dr. Sumarno Street, Sentra Primer Timur, D Building, Wali Kota Jakarta Timur Office, 13th floor. The next one is about working hours. At Monday to Thursday, I start at 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. The break at 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. At Friday, I start at 8 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. and the break at 12 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. There is also a history of the formation of Suku Dinas Pariwisata dan Ekonomi Kreatif as follows. In the middle 2019, Anies Baswedan as the governor of DKI Jakarta province proposed a regional regulations draft or Raperda regarding the rearrangement of regulations works units or SKP or dinas to the DPRD DKI Jakarta province. The rearrangement is aimed at forming several departments or sections into one or another. The rearrangement of the S.Pd was carried out based on the regulation of the Minister of Home Affairs or Pemendagri number 99 of 2018 concerning guidance and control of regional apartheid arrangement. One part of the rearrangement is the Tourism and Culture Office, where the Tourism and Culture Office is split into the Tourism and Creative Economy and the Culture Service. It's meant like the Tourism and the Culture Office is the Suku Dinas Pariwisata dan Kebudayaan. So the Tourism and Creative Economy is the Suku Dinas Pariwisata dan Ekonomi Kreatif. So in fact, the subordinate of Suku Dinas Pariwisata dan Ekonomi Kreatif was only formed due to the separations between suku dinas pariwisata dan kebudayaan. With splitting the two of agencies, of course, they have different main tasks. The cultural office focus for investing on resources and social life that don't get direct profit. Meanwhile, the tourism office focus on economic growth and is expected to increase regional original income or PAD to DKI Jakarta province. Then, the vision and mission of Suku Dinas Pariwisata dan Ekonomi Kreatif, which is still joining with the Suku Dinas Pariwisata dan Kebudayaan, is as follows. The vision is realizing Jakarta as a tourism destination with an advantage culture. There are 6 missions of Suku Dinas Pariwisata dan Ekonomi Kreatif are as follows. The first one is developing tourism destinations. There are superior, environmentally sound, culture, and participatory. The second one is developing tourism industry. There is advanced, global, competitive, and responsible for the natural and socio-cultural environment. The third one is developing tourism marketing in a synergistic, integrated, intensive, interactive, and innovative. The fourth is advancing culture in order to increase cultural resilience and cultural contribution in building civilization. One is developing roles and organizations of local government, private sector, society, regulations, and effective and efficient operational mechanism. Furthermore, there is an organizational structure. Suku Dinas Pariwisata dan Ekonomi Kreatif is led by a head of service named Pak Rus Suharto. Then, the tourism industry sections, or in bahasa, Seksi Industri Pariwisata, is led by Pak Ukar Saputra, which is the section I work on for the past month. For general agency activities, I will only explain the sections that I work on for 1 month, namely the tourism industry sections, or in bahasa, Seksi Industri Pariwisata. According to Pergub number 151 of 2019, each sector of Suku Dinas Pariwisata dan Ekonomi Kreatif has different tasks. The following is an explanation of the duties in the tourism industry section. Tourism industry sector has tasks carrying out of the implementations of the formulations, implementations, guidance, monitoring, evaluations, and reporting policies in the tourism sector in the tourism industry sub-affairs. In carrying out fieldwork practice in the tourism industry section yesterday, the fields of work that I did is the field of archiving, administration computer, office technology, and the fields of the tourism industry sections, namely the fields of supervision. The details of work field practice are as follows. The first one is archiving field. Archiving fields is one of the fields that contain in office administrations. This archiving field is a field where practicant does the work such as taking care of matters related to storing or filing letters. The activities in this field during the fieldwork practice yesterday is create an outgoing and income mail agenda book. The second one is organizing, scheduling, and archiving mail, outgoing and income mail. And the last one is compile, save, and rediscover monitoring of minutes. In bahasa is mean berita acara pengawasan or BAP. The second one is administrative computing field. In the implementation of fieldwork practice yesterday, the practitioner does a work that relate to administrative computing. The activities that practitioner does in this field is typing service notes, recording inactive files, typing a result of monitoring, and the last one is recap the monitoring of minutes or BAP. The third one is office technology field. In this field, practitioner get the task to operating photocopier and printers. Photocopier and printers are one of the office technology equipments that functions to duplicate a document. All agencies or companies currently use photocopier and printers to duplicate a document without consuming a lot of time and, of course, without consuming a lot of energy that can tire us in terms of duplicating. The last one is supervision field. The supervision field is one of the field works in the tourism industry sections. The supervision means that overseeing the activities by the tourism industry sector in the East Jakarta area. The industrial sectors that are supervised are hotels, restaurants, malls, cinemas, and others. When carrying out the fieldwork practice, the practitioners participate in supervisions or monitoring in several sectors of the tourism industry. The tourism industry that are visited by practitioner are C1 Hotel, Sleeps Hotel, Taman Mini Indonesia Indah, Green Terrace Taman Mini Indonesia Indah, Pizza Hut Jakarta Garden City, McDonald Jakarta Garden City, and several places at Ion Mall Jakarta Garden City, such as Jet Sky and CGV Ion Mall. When doing work, there will definitely be obstacles faced because this is something that very often occurs in the world of work. Especially, the practitioner is a student who just feels plugged in directly into the world of office. The following are some obstacles that faces by practitioners when carrying out the fieldwork practice are: the first one is untidy archive management. Practitioners experience problems when asked to compile the tourism industry documents because these documents are scattered and do not match with the system of archive. When the practitioners get the directions to compile the 2022 until 2021 documents, the documents are scattered and some in one file but not sorted. The second problem is ineffectiveness in terms of communications. During the fieldwork practice yesterday, there are some difficulties when the practitioners to perform the work due to communications problems. Practicing during the COVID-19 pandemic, which requires employees to work by applying the principles of pieces of work from home and work from office, practitioners get two different informations to do work. Then the practitioners carries out a solution to these two problems by as follows. First one is untidy archive management. The practice of solving this problem is by placing the documents in accordance with a good and correct archive storage system. The practitioners try to paste the document into a date storage system. According to Anhart 2010, the chronological or date system is an archiving files by sort them based on days, months, or years. Practitioners classify the letter first, then sort them according to the first date of the incoming letters until the last date the letter was received. The second one is ineffectiveness in terms of communications. When the practitioners find these problems, the step that practitioners takes to solve it is explain to employee A the work that practitioner is doing. Then submit written evidence of what practitioners wrote when employee B told practitioners to do this. Next, practitioners try to re-communicate to employee A about things that must be done by practitioners. Miscommunications or failure communications often occurs, and it will be a big problem if there is no solution. Next, I will give a conclusion from what I have previously described in this fieldwork practice report. Practitioners carried out a fieldwork practice in tourism industry sections from 26th of January 2021 to 26th of February 2021. The field of work that done by practitioner is the field of archiving, the field of administrative computing, the field of office technology, and the field of supervision. Implementations of works that practitioners carries out during the fieldwork practice, namely, the field of archiving is create an agenda book for outgoing and income mail, then managing, scheduling, and filing files of tourism industry, and the last one is compiling, storing, and rediscover monitoring of minutes. Then the administrative computing field is typing service notes, recap inactive files, typing a report on the supervisions, and recaps the monitoring of minutes or BAT. The next one, office technology field, is operating photocopiers and printers, and the last one is supervision field. Supervision or monitoring to the industry sector in East Jakarta area. During the fieldwork practice activity, the practitioners face the obstacles or problems that occur, namely untidy archive management and ineffectives in terms of communication. Untidy archive management, such as the documents are scattered and do not match with the archiving system. Further ineffectiveness in terms of communications, practitioners get the two difference of informations. So that's why practitioners are confused to doing the jobs. The things that practitioners does to clear the problems is, the first one, untidy archive management, is practitioners tries to replacing the document with in accordance with the good and correct archive storage system. Then, for ineffectiveness in terms of communications, practitioners tries to explain and recommunicate with the good communications until they can understand what practitioners means, so that there is no miscommunication again. And finally, I will give you some suggestions that are expected to be useful for the parties concerned, so that in the future it can run even better. Here are some suggestions that practitioners can give as follows. The first one is, employees are expected to be more disciplined in putting documents in their place so that the document can be neatly arranged and in accordance with the archive storage system. The second one is, employees must be aware of the importance of communication so there is no miss in communications. And the last one is, communications between employees must be focused on one line of communication. Thank you to those of you who have watched this video until the end. I hope that what I have to say, it can be useful for all of us. Natasya Dilla leave. Apologize if there is a word wrong. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Goodbye.